Welcome back to another awesome tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this senator pocket. You can see how beautiful it's looking and how sleek it looks. The main bodice itself is going to be a black material, and this white is just going to puff out like a shadow inside. God, you can be linking the leak. Is it leak or link? You can leak the clothes. How beautiful is going to come out. I'm going to show you the final results. I'm just finishing the pocket, so I'm going to take you guys through the process of doing this. Make sure you give this video a thumb up and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are yet to subscribe to the channel. So let's get into the video and let's do this together step by step. So make sure you smash that like button. It's somewhere around that under this video, and the subscribe button also. Let's do this together. So the very first thing you're going to do now is to cut your interfacing. I'm going to cut my exact pocket measurement on my interfacing. So my pocket measurement is 5 inches. That's the wideness of the pocket, and the height of the pocket is going to be at a total of 6.5 inches. So now, depending on what you want, if you want the down part of your pocket to be a cuff shape, maybe a round edge, you can simply cuff that edge, and whatsoever you design you want the hem of the pocket to look like is what you're going to do. So basically on this one, I just want to do a very simple, just a little bit cuffy. So I'm just going to cut it. So I'm cutting it in two. I'm cutting it in double, so I'm going to have the same size at both sides. You see what I have? So if you cut it together, you're going to have exactly the same thing. So exactly this is what we're going to be having. So the next thing I'm going to do now is my main pocket itself. This is my main pocket. It's going to be a white fabric. So make sure you're working with the wrong side of the fabric. This is the wrong side. So I'm just going to place the wrong side right here. You can see that. And I'm just going to iron down my interfacing on top of the fabric. So just take your iron and simply gum it down. You see that? Take your time, make sure it is gum. Make sure you're gumming the gumming part of the interfacing to the fabric itself. You can see that. So after gumming it, this is what we're going to be having, and I'm just going to simply trim this out. Trim the excess part out. So after trimming it out, it's going to be a quick tutorial, as I said. After trimming it out, I'm going to fold my pocket just exactly the way your pocket is supposed to be. I'm going to fold all of those edges, the down parts, everything. I'm going to fold them step by step, and after folding them, we can cut the black stripe that is going to do the crossing. So this is what my pocket is going to be looking like after folding it. We are still going to open it during the sewing aspect. So this is the black fabric I'll be using. So I cut this at a wideness of, let me show you guys. I cut this at a wideness of 6.5 inches, and the height is according to the length of my interfacing. So I already cut an interfacing. I also use a collar stay here. So I cut 4 pieces of this, and the wideness of the interfacing is going to be half of an inch. You can see that, half of an inch, the wideness of the interfacing. So I cut 4 pieces of this. So all I have to do now is just to simply place it on my fabric. Make sure you are placing the gumming part to the fabric itself. You can see that. So I cut 4 pieces. So make sure what you cut is actually longer than the pocket itself if you slant it. You see that? So it will be able to cross over in order to give us the design. So the length you're going to cut for the interfacing is just going to be longer than the pocket itself. That's all you need to understand. So I'm just going to place this like this. And I'm going to place this also just like this. I'll place this, and I'm going to simply iron it down. So after ironing it, I'm going to cut it. Let me just fast forward that. You can do this. I trust you. You can do it. So let me just iron it. So this is what I'm going to be having. You can see. Make sure it is glued to the fabric very well. So I'm going to trim both sides so that I can get what I will be folding on top of the interfacing itself. You see that? And I'm just going to cut a piece at this side also. So you see what I have? So I'll have something to fold at both sides in order to hold the interfacing down, and we are going to have a smooth shape. So you're going to cut all of this out so we can do the folding. So this is what we're going to be having. You see this? And all you have to do is just to take your time. This is the part that will take a little bit of your time. Just take your time to iron it down. Make sure it is as relaxed as possible. You see that? You see that? Just fold it. So here, inside of this one, before you fold the second one, you're going to cut your hemming gum into 2, just a smaller one. You're going to place it inside of the fabric, and you're going to gum it on top of the on top of the interfacing. So you're going to do the 4 pieces before we do the stitching. So let me do that and show you guys the final result. So this is what we're going to be having. You see that? You see how smooth those are going to be. So these are the 4 pieces. See what we have. So now on my pocket itself, you can see on my pocket itself, let me just clear this. So on my pocket itself, this is going to actually cross over just like this. So I want you guys to understand the aligning. So when we go to the sewing machine, you can see you can have a good knowledge of that. So this side is going to, you can see the edges where I'm touching right now. It's not going to reach the edge in total, just a little bit before the edge. And make sure the space you're going to leave in between the two are actually correct. So here I will be 1.5 inches, 1.5 inch. And I will also be leaving the same thing at this upper part also, which is going to be 1.5 inch. So one has to zip to 1.5. Okay, so this has to go up so you get the 1.5. So make sure the space you're leaving is accurate. So the same spacing, the same measurement in which you get on that side is what you're going to apply at this side also. You can see that this one is going to also be here. See what I'm doing? So you're going to get your design. But before we stitch that, we are going to open up all over the pocket in which you fold. Remember, you do not add an hemming gum to the folding of the pocket. It's still plain like that. You can see that. We're going to open it up just like this. We're going to open it up and we're going to run the stitch on top of it just like this. See what I'm doing? So when we get to the sewing machine, you can understand that. So here on the sewing machine, just open up the pocket itself. Open it up. You can see that. And simply align this where this is supposed to be. Based on how I did the aligning right there before. You can see that. And make sure you are stitching. Your stitch is going to start before the first gaiters. Before the first folding of the pocket at the side. Make sure this side you leave enough space. You can see. Use your tape measurements in order to measure that and get the accuracy. Take the sewing machine a little bit to the back so you have something to fold inside. So from there, you're going to run your stitch. See that? You see that? And here, you're going to lock the stitch. Other side, just stitch it so that you can do the continuation. We're just going to do the continuation at this place. See that? You see that? Then you're going to place the other one where that one is supposed to be. Align it very well. Align this very well and make sure you are getting the measurements of both sides. They are accurate. You can use your tape measurement to measure those sides. Make sure they are accurate. See that? You can see that. You're going to start your stitch. You can see that. And simply stitch it all the way down. So I'm going to fast forward this to the finishing so you can see the final result. I believe you can go through this. You can just follow me as I'm doing it step by step. You can see that. Then you're going to do the second crossing. Make sure you take your measurements and you align it where it's supposed to be. You can see that. You're going to do the stitch, close it back, turn it, do the second stitch. You can see that. Align it where it's supposed to be. Take your time. You don't have to rush because whatsoever you're getting here is what you're going to be getting. So this is our final result. You can see all of those threads showing up. You're going to cut it out. So if I fold it, this is what my pocket is going to look like. So let's go to the ironing table and we can do the folding and we can do the final finishing and you can see the final results. So this is what we're going to be having. So now you can simply trim this excess part out. You can trim out those excess parts. Also this one, trim it out. You can see that. Trim that part out. At the other side, trim it out. So after you trim it out and you get a good side and you get the edges in accuracy, so all you have to do now is just to place an hemming gum underneath your fold. At the down part, place an hemming gum inside it and simply do the folding. Simply fold all of those edges. Fold everything. Place an hemming gum. Use an hemming gum to hold it tight. That's what is going to make your pockets look as smooth as possible. Place an hemming gum underneath it round and fold everything. So this is going to be our final results. I believe you guys like the video. If you enjoy it so far, this is if you do this, your outfit is going to come out really beautiful. This is the back side. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give the video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're yet to subscribe to the channel. I'll be bringing you guys more amazing tutorials and some killer, amazing tutorials actually. So in case you want to enroll in my classes, there is a link in the description below where we'll take you to where you can join our intensive class, beginner, intermediate, advanced and professional class. The link will be in the description below. That's about it. See you on another video. Peace.